All right, we're going to talk about revenue management in parks, recreation, tourism, and sport. So, you have to remember that wise capital development requires objective evaluation of reliable and relevant information. Good information will end up allowing us to make the best of decisions. It also requires some passion optimism, with that rational forecasting. So, we have to be optimistic about what's going on, but also be realistic. When we're thinking about operations in sports, tourism, recreation, outdoor recreation, whatever it may be, like we just said, the more information we have, the better as far as our past situation, where we're at currently, and what we anticipate the future to be. If we have an understanding of all these things, we can think about the ways we can be efficient as we move forward. So, as we think about ways we manage our revenue, we need to think about some differential pricing can reflect and manage fluctuations in our demand, and we'll talk a little bit about more of that in a bit. When we think about the process, the overall process of revenue management being dynamic, and it needs to be responsive to the variations in demand and supply. Okay, so let's start off with a definition. Revenue management is a process designed to achieve an optimal level of net revenues and gross operating profit. We can think about this as we move forward with our other ideas, concepts that we're going to present. So when we think about getting that optimal level of revenue and gross profit, we can do this by offering the right product to the right customers. We need to use the right distribution channel, have good timing, have good pricing mechanism, and be able to communicate all these things with our customers. Overall, the process of revenue management, in that we need to recognize that the maximum revenue is not the same as the optimal revenue. So these can be different. Sometimes a bigger cost of generating maximum revenue can negatively impact the bottom line, or we can violate the social mandate of the enterprise. So we have to make sure that we keep those ideas separated as we move through the whole process of pricing and getting supply to meet demand and so forth. Okay, so our definition of revenue management, recall, revenue management is a process designed to achieve an optimal level of net revenues and an optimal level of gross operating profit. So they're linked. So who is the right customer? The right customer is one who an organization can properly and profitably serve. So we want to make sure they're getting what they want, and we can do so while achieving a profit margin. Then we think about the products. What's the right products? And these are products that can contribute to the profitability of our business or enterprise, and it's the products that the customers want or the product the customer values. And let's talk about distribution channels. Distribution channels that are effective should be affordable, sustainable, and provide necessary access to our desired customers. So, they're going to stand the test of time. They're going to be within our range as far as what we can afford, and they're going to actually connect us with customers and make the customers accessible to us and us accessible to the customers. So, the right time to offer a product is when the customer is considering the purchase. So if you offer way before the consideration comes in, you may get some name recognition and some marketing value out of it, but they're not likely going to pull the threads on exactly making that purchase right away. So when we think about the wrong time to offer a customer a product, this is when they're not necessarily needing it, they're not necessarily wanting it, or they cannot necessarily afford it. Overall, the purposes of generating revenue from sport, tourism, leisure, recreation services as far as a commercial enterprise is to cover the cost of providing the service or the product and to generate some type of profit. And that concludes our introduction to revenue management.